Hi and welcome to the second Coffee Boys video podcast. You and I quite often talk about the similarities between wine and coffee in terms of how it should be marketed and in terms of how you should be trying to present it within the business, and the differences in qualities through wine and coffee, and also how close the marketing of coffee now is to the marketing of wine 10 or 15 years ago. So there's a lot to learn from it. Off the back of that, I read an interesting article in the Wall Street Journal, which you can see on the link either above or below, which the headline is "Cultivating a Taste for Inexpensive Wine." And what it is a discussion of whether people can notice the difference between expensive wine and cheaper wine, and how we are also, more importantly, caught up in the pricing of it and how that affects our thoughts of it and how it's described. So what they do is they discuss a study recently published in the eminent scholarly journal, The Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Test subjects were given what was billed as a cheap wine and an expensive wine, as measured by brain activity. No idea how they do that. They thought that the costly wine gave them most pleasure. The trouble was, it was the same wine. Another study by the Ononimi Society in the US in 2003 discovered that 80% of wine drinkers cannot distinguish between regular and reserve bottles of identical wine. So the point is, there are two aspects to this, one of which is physically pricing something more expensively will change the customer's perception of the quality. And the second thing is, if you can learn to describe in greater detail the effort and the quality of that product, again, it will change their perception of quality. This does not mean that you go out there and produce a very cheap product and whack up the prices and describe it in pretentious flowery wine language. What it does mean is, if you're going to have the good quality, tell them about it and make sure that they fully understand why it is such good quality and the effort that you've gone to. And secondly, make sure you charge enough for that product. Do not be scared to charge enough. I cannot emphasize that enough. Even in today's credit crunch type of economy, you must be brave enough to charge the right amount for that product. So that's it. See you again soon.